Today we are having a look at Dead by Daylight for the Xbox One. First released there back in 2017, developed by Behaviour Interactive, the game has continued to receive support and updates, adding maps, different playable characters, events and cosmetics, as recently as March 2020 with the Chains of Hate update. Dead by Daylight is an asymmetrical online multiplayer game of cat and mouse where 4 survivors take on 1 killer to escape the map they've been trapped on by a mysterious evil presence called the Entity. The task of the team of 4 survivors is to power up 5 of 7 generators dotted around the map, powering the escape gates, which the survivors must then open and get out. However, during all this, one person is playing as the killer and is trying their best to prevent all of that from happening in various gruesome ways. It's clear that a lot of love for the slasher horror genre of films has gone into this game. There's an array of 80s cliché settings, asylums, abandoned hospitals, and many variations of the classic cabin in the woods environments. Drifting fogs swirl around your ankles, and emotionless killers stride after you, never running, as you are instead chased by an unrelenting score straight from the genre. And the game is genuinely scary too, at least initially. Your camera will always be on a swivel, dreading to see the killer pounding towards you, but you'll be glad to have seen them first. You'll jump as teammates step into frame, surprising you, causing you to blow up a generator, and now saddled with the gut-wrenching knowledge the killer knows exactly where you are. The intensity of your first few hours will have you crouch walking around the map at a snail's pace, terrified of being spotted, knowing if you're seen, you'll panic and likely run straight into the killer's arms. As you become more accustomed to the game and how it works, you gain more confidence, throwing down pallets and vaulting windows, spending more time trying to be a distraction, and spending a little less time hidden in the bushes. The game has a nice art direction, walking the line between realism and cartoonishness deftly. Environments and nature are rendered nicely and true to life, whereas players' characters just dip their toe into a cel-shaded style. The result is a tense atmosphere of reality, but not one that leaves you feeling ill as you watch yourself being butchered by a killer. The licensed property killers look especially good, making you feel like you're acting out a scene from one of their films. For the survivors, it's all about teamwork. Each survivor is much weaker as an individual when compared to the killer. It's only through cooperation that a team will actually manage to escape. Survivors depend on each other for healing, getting each other off the killer's hooks, and have items that can assist each other too. The flashlight, for example, can be used to stun a killer whilst he is carrying a survivor, resulting in him dropping them, although this is quite tough to pull off. The main advantage of working together is the multiplier effect it has on carrying out a task. On your own, a generator takes 80 seconds to fully repair. During this time, it is likely that the killer will come and investigate. However, with 2 survivors, the same generator can be done in around 40 seconds, a much less frightening prospect. The same can be said for multiple survivors healing an injured player simultaneously. You quickly learn that single-mindedness may keep you alive in the short term, but will more than likely lead to eventual demise. A problem that inevitably comes with this dependency on others is how difficult it can become with even just one weak link. The game seems extremely well balanced, with a decent group of survivors and a good killer, a real battle of give and take, but it does not take a huge amount for it to swing out of balance. A bad killer will be utterly decimated by a good team, and if one of the survivors disconnects from the game early, leaving a 3-on-1, or if they play in a way where they may as well not be there anyway, it can become a really uphill struggle. There's a feature called the Hatch that tries to address this, whereby the last survivor can always jump through a mysterious hatch that appears somewhere random on the map when they are the only one left. This does work to stop all hope from being lost in dire circumstances, but can feel somewhat a shallow victory. So it's a good job that the ranking system works well to pair similarly experienced killers and survivors, upping your skill rating depending on your performances. It's the sign of a really good system when you hardly notice it, and apart from rare occasions, it always creates balanced games regardless of skill. You may begin with teammates as useless as you, but hey, at least the killer is too. Playing as the killer is a whole different ballgame as you stride around the map with a real sense of power. Survivors scurrying around frantically as soon as you get close, like a disturbed ant nest. Your objective is to down and hook survivors, preventing them from completing all 5 generators and escaping. Each player has to be hooked at least 2 times to be killed, and sometimes 3, depending on how quickly they were rescued from your hooks the first time. On the map, landmarks of note are highlighted to you, such as generators and hooks, when someone is on your back, and this gives you the basis of what to patrol and how to find survivors. There is a good variety of killers. 6 are free at the start of the game and many more to unlock. They all have a distinct power. Powers range from floor-based traps that lock survivors in place or allow you to teleport to their location, ones that allow you to traverse the map differently, like being cloaked or with short-range teleports, or more unique ones, slowly turning survivors insane or having ranged weapons. This gives each killer a unique flavour and the game a lot of replay value. On top of their unique powers, each killer has 3 unique perks. Levelling up characters with the in-game currency blood points, earned by playing matches, will gain you new perk slots, items and offerings that can affect how things go in-game. And the same can be said for the survivors, who also have 3 unique perks, giving them strengths and specific roles that they are best suited to in-game. Some like Dwight and Claudette have greater visibility of their team and can provide boosts to everyone. Others like Nia and Meg have perks that allow themselves to traverse the map quicker and run the killer around for longer. When you get to a certain level, you can unlock teachable perks. This means that you can unlock a character's unique perks so that they appear in all other characters' blood web, the system of how you level up your characters, allowing you to mix and combine different killers and survivors' perks to work towards creating your ultimate build. It's a compelling reason to keep playing and encourages you to try out all the characters. You can speed up this process as every 5 days 2 survivor and 2 killer perks are available to buy without leveling up characters. This can be done using the shard currency you collect as you level up or buy in bulk via microtransaction. It's not a pay to win model here, as what you can buy comes down to preference or is purely cosmetic. It's only licensed DLC such as Freddy or the Ghostface from Scream that are not attainable through in-game currencies. Even so, the shortcuts can feel a bit annoying if understandable. All in all, Dead by Daylight is a fantastic example of a small self-contained multiplayer game with endless replayability value. It knows what it does well and it sticks to the formula. Balanced gameplay rewards ability and creates memorable duels. Just hope you don't get an AFK player or you might have a long 15 minutes. Playing as Survivor is equal parts thrilling as it is terrifying, and the killer proves just how fun it can be to be bad. Perhaps an additional mode could add a bit more variety, but it doesn't feel necessary. Every match ends with a completely different story to tell. Oozing with personality and a blast to play with friends, I give Dead by Daylight an 8 out of 10.